And we're back playing Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition with our Elven Archer, Blitzterhurten, ready to go. We're at the temple here, and I was thinking about it while I was taking a break, because right here, just north of us, there are 2 vampiric wolves and 2 wargs. And I don't think we're really ready to take them on yet. Those vampiric wolves are very hard to kill. Mostly because whenever they hit you, they regenerate. So I'm not going to go there yet. I'm going to leave this area and come and explore the rest of this area over here. And I might come back there later on after, on the way back from the Nashkel Mines when we've got a few more levels and all that sort of stuff, and see how we go. But right now, taking that on is just a little too hard, so we're not going to do that. Just a sec. Okay, so we're looking good. Okay, excuse me. Now, just a normal wolf. Now this is something that we can handle. Normal wolves, even a pack of them like this. Hey, what are you doing? Get back over here. That's better. And I was also thinking about it. We probably want to set, once this battle's over, I'm going to customize and change the script here. I want aggressive. Oh. Okay, that is what I really wanted, because I don't want the berserk one, because then they go into hand to hand. They go to melee attack, and I don't want that. So you are set to aggressive. I don't know why you're really not acting that way. Okay, Branwen's going to be our next one to gain a level, followed by Adjuntus. Okay, I think there's another wolf. Another couple, yeah. All good. Let's head down this way, uncover this bit. All good. What do we got here? Yeah, let's do a sort of a sweep around this way. Whoop, 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 whoop. 3 bears. Almost expect Goldilocks. God, that was poor. That was pathetic. That really was. I just don't think I've ever noticed that before. I don't know whether that's just a random sort of spawn or what it is. Come on, get out of there, guys. You're just determined. Yeah, see? I knew that. Just determined to make me kill you, aren't you? Didn't want to, guys. I tried to keep away from the bear, but the bear just would have nothing of it. So okie dokie.
A decency is refreshing. So many we meet are lacking.
Yes.
I thank you for your compliment.
At least it means the party's getting along well, because they're not saying negative things about each other, which is never good. So we've got to be careful how far east we go over here, otherwise we are going to go to those vampiric wolves again. But for now, vaguely remember this guy. I think he's looking at the stars or something. Let's have a look.
Knowledge, used wisely, is the most powerful of tools.
30 degrees latitude. Just hang on a sec. There we go. 30 degrees latitude, longitude varying greatly. Moons in conjunction with, pardon my lack of focus, but I've been studying the skies for some time now. Now I've a positively wicked kink in my neck and I can't seem to focus on anything closer than the horizon. Such are the pains of astrology, I suppose. Now, that bugs me. Astronomy, not astrology. A little time for such nonsense. What have your observations revealed to you? Well, I couldn't possibly tell you all that I see. There is so much raw data that it must be interpreted and examined thrice over. It's a wonder that even I can assimilate all the information with no ill effects. Still, the long and the short of it reveals interesting times ahead. If I did not know better, I would say that the heavens themselves look on with interest. Conflicts of great significance are on the horizon. Well, there you go. And after all that, he decided what do we smell? You've got to walk away because... Yeah, right. Whatever. Oh, there's a Steam update. We're not going to do that. Okay. This little... Can we go through there? No, we can't. Okay. Just wander around here, uncovering the little fog. I don't think I really want to go much further east than that. I think I'll just go north from here. Oh, and more hobgoblins. Okay, we've got 3 arrows incoming. And they all missed, that's good. Oh yeah. Brainman took a minor hit. She's healing herself. Oh, that was... There's another one there. Oh god, how did they see that? I couldn't even see that. Not that my eyesight is all that superior, but... And Brandman leveled. Beautiful. Quick save. Level up. Ooh, what do you get? Sword and shield style. Give her a bit of extra proficiency with that, I think. Although it would possibly be better if... No, I'll do it later. I was thinking about getting a better weapon than the Warhammer, because the Warhammer does so little damage. If I got the mace or the flail Morningstar, at least that does more damage. But I think we'll do this. We're not going to be using melee weapons very often for any of the characters, really. It's only emergencies. And it looks like we've got a new follower. Cowentology. Thanks. Okay. Let's turn on the collection thing. We want arrows, scrolls. And put that down there. Some nice hammers if we stick with them, hey? Yeah, okay. I don't know that I've really recalled. The last time I played through this was a few years ago, and I really can't remember what I was doing with Branwen. I don't think I was thinking much about her at all, which is a little bit short-sighted. And we are chock full of arrows again, which is good. Right, so a little bit of inventory management. Okay, how are you doing? You're okay, you're okay. Getting a bit heavy for you, isn't it? There we go. And let's just give you a few more arrows. And we're all good. Okay. Oh, I said I wasn't going to go that way, wasn't I? Okay. Oop. And let's see what's north of here. The Larswood. Yeah, don't need to go there yet. Do the mines first. Actually, now that I think about it, yes, I do remember giving at least one hammer to Branwen that we found. My problem with the hammers is that they just all do such small amounts of damage that they're not really worth it. But that's fine. As I said, she's not going to be using it very often, so... I haven't been in here yet. I don't remember what's in here. Oh, come on. Surely you guys can figure this out. There we go. Backstabbing with a hammer. Yeah, that would be interesting. Dawn Priest Bram. Dawn Priest Blaine.
Hey,
And who might you be? Nobody important. Go see Keldith at the temple for temple business. I just cleaned the floors.
hello.
We should get doors. They swiped the chairs. Nice floor though. Yeah, okay. Right, so we do have to go and talk to the other priests if there's anything we need to do. I think they give us a quest, but I don't remember. So let's go on in. Okay. Before you leave, know that there is a madman by the name of Basilis, who roams the wilderness killing any innocents that happen along his path. If you were to dispose of him and bring back his holy symbol, there is a large reward offered. It is a grisly task, but sometimes there is little choice. Yeah, we can do that. I don't think he's in this area, though, because I've only missed that and that. I've got a feeling he's... over to the east of here? Olcaster area, maybe? I don't remember now. We'll find him eventually, because we're going to go everywhere, so... it's not going to be that important. Okay. Let's head into town, sell up. And then we'll go to High Hedge. Hello there. Is there anything I can do for you? Oh yes, yeah, standard message we've always had. Keep forgetting to give you that helmet to wear. Ooh, so we take some of these. That's interesting. And you didn't have anything interesting there. So, you need to put that helmet on. That's good. Okay. And chill touch. And another chill touch. sell those later. At High Hedge. Right.
Good on you if you saved the day.
I wonder. No, we've already done the little trick with him. I don't think we can get another 300 gold, so I won't even bother trying it. Maybe next chapter we might be able to, so I might wait until we're on the next chapter before I try it again. Keep it over. Yes, there we go. Mobile. Rent. And then let's sell. Those. And these. And these. Where's the second? There should have been two. Of that scroll. That's odd. I didn't remember to see if there's anything he had that I wanted still. No, nothing that I can afford yet that I still want. Okay. And we quick save and into Baragos. Ah, High Hedge, sorry. Baragos. That's where I am. Okay. This place is just full of skellies and spiders and the occasional gnoll. And then there's always the dilemma, do I take this guy with me or not? Kevin. He is another Elven Ranger or half-Elven Ranger or something.
Hail! It is not often that I come across strangers in this part of the world.
What takes you out this far from civilization? It's actually not that far from civilization. There's a town just east of here. We're adventurers ready to smite any evil that darkens our path. A strange coincidence. I have a quest similar to your own. I've been hunting the bandits in the region for the past few months. Perhaps if we worked together we would fare better. What say you to that? We don't have the time to devote to that right now. Perhaps in the future. Go ahead, we'll follow wherever you take us. We'll help you against the bandits, but only if you tell us why you've spent the months helping them. Yeah, we'll do the third option. Their leader, an ogre named Tazrak, took the life of someone very dear to me. Thanks for being honest. You can join our party. I hope that we will work well together. Now, I can't remember what happens if I don't accept him now, and I'm tempted to replace Agentus, but as a paladin he can at least heal and turn undead. Maybe not undead, but he has a few abilities. You're just another bow. It is a good time for us to go our separate ways. Perhaps we shall meet again. Does he walk off? Does he disappear? No, he just stays here. What I might just do, because this is not going to be any problem, is I could just... Yeah, no. I was going to say, I could take... Yeah, you're right, Countology. He is pretty redundant if you've got a better archer already. I know I looked at his stats yesterday on on a website, and I can't remember what they are, and really, at least Adjuntus can heal, which is a good little bonus. So I am going to leave him here. Let's head into High Hedge, past the Skellies just over here. Pretty much always get hit at least a couple of times by the skeletons that are around here. It's almost impossible not to. They come in big groups. They
Hello,
all...
pal.
Oh. Permidian Stark. Whoa, slow down. I'm trying to plan the grandest of heights here. With all your tromping about, I can't hear a word I'm thinking. Of course you can't hear a word you're thinking. You have to say it out loud first. Heights. That's neither particularly noble or legal of you. Fine, then I'll let you take care of all the noble and legal stuff, and I'll get on with being a thief. Now get lost. Fine, you do that. He wanted to go and steal stuff from in here, but I have no interest in doing that, so I'm going to let him go. Why can't I find the Skellies? Normally you get ambushed around here. I've got to clean out around here, because otherwise, here we go. They all have throwing daggers, and if you're not careful, you uncover them all, one after the other, and everybody ends up getting hit. I think the mage in here will buy... Oops. Will buy the skulls, so they're at least worth picking up. I can't remember if it's worthwhile getting the daggers or not, but... Yeah, you're right, Carantology. I'm thinking keeping Adjuntus is my best call. This is the standard party that I normally go with. I have tried out other characters at various times, other NPCs in my party. The only thing I haven't done is built a full party from scratch, which you can now do in the Enhanced Edition, which you couldn't originally. Oh, didn't want that short sword, but that's alright. And I need to sit down one day and think about what I would build as a full party. The problem I have with doing that, though, is that if I build a full party, I'm going to want to start the whole thing from scratch all over again. And I have yet to complete this game because I continually go, you know, I'm not happy with my character, or I'm not happy with my choice for the party, or whatever. So I start all over again. Oh, damn it.
No! You will be avenged!
Yes, yes, yes. Really should have paid a little bit more attention there. I was just about to heal her. Thought, nah, she'll be right. But no. Four clerics, a cleric thief and a cleric mage can't go wrong. Yeah, a lot of healing. However, the reason why I've built the party as I have is because the combination that works best for me is all missile weapons. Because like I'm doing now, unless I'm coming up against skeletons like I am now, most of the time I can just stand back and pick off the opponents one by one before they get close enough to do any serious damage. Like I said, doesn't always work, but it's a good... I'm going to pick up all Dynahair's stuff. Give that to you to carry for now. So yeah, normally I'm all missile weapons, and that's the way I sort of approach everything. And that, and that, and that, and that. Okay. Missiles are definitely the way to go. Whoop. Dogs this time. Which is why I'm playing a archer, because in the long run nobody can beat an archer at missile weapons. He gets so many bonuses to hit with missiles that even a pure fighter specializing in a longbow cannot match an archer. So yeah. The only disadvantage is you take slightly longer to level than a pure fighter. But hey, I can put up with that. Okay, I think I'm going to quickly head in here and just see if he's got anything to resurrect Dinah here. I don't think he will have.
I alone belong here.
Really? You alone belong here? That doesn't make sense, I'm afraid. Okay.
I be Thalantir, a mighty mage of Baragost.
Yes. Don't have much patience for strangers on my property. Do us both a favour and move along. Unless, of course, you have magic for sale. From the looks of you, you couldn't afford the items I have to sell. Sincerely hope you have some reason for bothering me. I've already stated that I wish to leave alone. Rumours talk of a powerful mage that lives out here. If it is you, I would like to speak with you. Rumours, bah, there is no mage here that wishes to speak or be spoken of, unless, of course, if you have some magic that you wish to sell. We're interested in selling or even buying magical items. What do you have? Okay, that gets into shut up. Yes, it wasn't worth it to collect these daggers. Going to... Oh, you're kidding. Oh, okay, well I get 1 gold each. Okay, that's slightly better. That is sort of worth it then, because they take up less slots, so that won't be too bad at all. And he only wants 1 per skull, but hey, 1 is you know, a gold is a gold, really. Well, really, it's not worth it. But hey, didn't have anything there, and we don't have anything there. Arrows of acid, I'd love to be able to buy a bunch of them. 2d6 acid damage. I definitely want to be. Yeah, I want to sell magic. Here's all this non-magic junk, that's right. You say whatever you need to get him to talk to you, really. Definitely going to buy some of those acid arrows later. Potions of healing, regeneration, the potion case. I know that someone gives me one of these at one point. Maybe they don't. It's so tempting just to buy it. Too late, I've bought it. And then you've got all of these scrolls. I want that for Dinah here because she doesn't have it yet. I'm not going to buy too many other spells because you find so many along the way. And that'll do. That's right, you cannot have too many containers. Pity that most of the containers that I remember anyway being in here, that's 5 per bundle, so 4 will be 20. 40, 60, 80. How much is that going to cost me? Only 280. Can't afford. Okay, it's obviously not 280. It's obviously 16 times 280. Not going to buy them then. So that, why didn't I sell that? Potion case. And we've sold most of the other potions. You can hold that, you can hold that. Put the scroll in there first and then you can hold that. And I didn't sell that shield. And okay. Time to go and resurrect. Very careful to go out exactly the way we came, so there's less chance of encountering any skeletons, but I do think they are the wandering monsters. Yep, look at that. Skeleton. I don't think your turn undead's going to be good enough, but we'll give it a try anyway. Well, I've only started streaming just recently, so literally like a week ago, and I'm running Linux. So far I haven't had any real problems with OBS picking up any of the games I'm playing, but I've only really tried two, Neverwinter Nights 2 and Baldur's Gate. The only time I ever have a problem with OBS is if the bandwidth gets too low on the stream and Twitch drops the stream, but OBS doesn't recognise that the stream's dropped. Sometimes, yeah, the enhanced edition is also more modern as well, so yeah, that's probably helping with Baldur's Gate. Why are we not attacking? That's why. Why are you not turning undead? Everyone else is supposed to be attacking. That's better. Maybe they're too far away. Maybe if I get you to go up there and then turn undead. Maybe that'll work. No. Stopped turning undead. Okay, it's not really... Whoop! Not really working. There we go. None of this stuff was really worth picking up. So we won't. Let's get out of here. Yes, you're reading that right. Blitz du Hurten. Yes, that's a terrible pun. Yes, Blitz du Hurten, my Elven archer. What aid can we give? Raised dead. 400? It was 200 in Nashkel, I think. Okay. That's fine. I'm not going to complain, because I stupidly let her die, so, you know. And didn't help you to have that, so we're going to give it to Agentus, and maybe he'll be able to hit a bit more often with it. Armor class 10. God, that hurts to see that. Did I have another ring of protection? Yeah, look. Even one is better than none. And that look, yeah, and yeah, and yeah. Okay. And we'll go back into Baragost and rest it in, I think. That will work the best. go round to Felderpost's Inn and rest there. Who are we waiting for? Who's the slowpoke? Imoen, again. I know, this playthrough... I mean, I played Enhanced Edition for several weeks when I first bought it. And started and restarted and restarted and restarted, like I always do. But I don't remember the pathing being so bad. I don't even remember it being that bad in the original version, but I've had... In the playthrough I've done so far, I've had 3 or 4 times where people have got stuck in ridiculous places like here. Like, there's nothing in Beragos that they should get stuck on, but I've had them get stuck, and it's getting to be rather annoying. I mean, not enough that I'm going to stop playing or anything, but it just means I've got to keep an eye on them if I'm going all the way across a map. One of them's going to end up getting stuck, and in particular if it's a map where I'm liable to be ambushed, I have to be extra careful. Because I don't want one person out in the middle of nowhere by themselves suddenly getting ambushed. Okay. Let's head back in. 4 hours to High Hedge. See, that's not the middle of nowhere, Kivin. It's 4 hours, that's nothing. I used to ride my bike to a school and it would take longer than that. Oh, gee, Monty Python's 4 Yorkshiremen. It's going off in my head right now. What was I going to do? That's right. Armour me up. There we go. Right. Now let's just clear this map out. Three Stooges. Yeah, that's another way of putting it. Three Stooges with the pathing sometimes. There we go. How we're doing? We're still doing good. Let's creep forward, get a few more. That's the other thing I've been meaning to do, is change the spells that Dynahair has to at least have 1 grease in there. And I'll get a web eventually once she's high enough. Because they help. Not with the skellies who are going to just sit there and missile me back, but with anything that's going to run forward and attack. Grease or web slows them down a lot, so... Didn't worry about it initially when she first joined the party, even though I had the spell available, she had grease. I chose not to use it, and the main reason I chose not to use it at that point was because the opponents were still low level enough that, and in small enough groups, that we could generally just wipe them out before they got to us. But that's going to happen less and less. We're going to have to use... We're going to end up in melee more and more, so let's... There's not much sense changing it now. But I'm going to get rid of one of these and put a grease in. And then... Don't have a web yet. I think web's a 3rd level spell. Stinking Cloud, yeah, that's another good one. The problem with Stinking Cloud is that if you drop it in the wrong spot, you hurt your own guys as well. Whereas at least with web or grease, it only slows your guys down. It doesn't actually do any damage to them. And I've got to say, having been playing Neverwinter Nights 1 and 2 for the last pretty much year almost, I only generally play on sort of like normal hardness levels, and at that level in those two games, you can drop a fireball right on top of yourself, and none of your party gets hurt. You cannot do that here, or at least I don't remember being able to do that here, even on the normal skill level. So just gotta be careful that I don't nuke my own party. It can knock Stinking Cloud only knocks out. I thought it did like acid damage or something, but you may be right, because it's been a while since I've played it. I certainly haven't looked at the description of the spell in a while. Okay, that's one down. Here, you got spells, and we want to use them up so that we can put a grease or two in there, so let's actually use them. Good. And another one. Why is no one else attacking? Oh, Cloud Kill. Yes, Cloud Kill's the one I'm thinking of. Okay. Stinking Cloud, Cloud Kill. Right. That's the difference. I mean, it's not like they're trying to create spells with confusing names or anything, but, you know. Right. Is there anything interesting amongst all of this? Just a bunch of throwing knives, which I guess, because they stack reasonably well, are probably worth picking up. But that's about it. I think there's some spiders around here somewhere, a house with spiders in it. Trying to remember. Yep, here's the house. And there's the spider. I remembered right. Oh, okay. And there's another one. And a ghoul. Oh, Ghast this time. Right. Now you can use Magic Missile on him. And we're done. Quick save. Quick save. Don't really remember if there's much in this house. Locked. Well, why don't you pick it? And that's it. Okay. Another storm. Okay. Who's going to get hit with lightning this time? Like, realistic, yes, but annoying? I'm just not sure why they really decided that they had to add that your characters wearing metal armor are going to get hit with lightning occasionally. You got to wonder which of the gods they ticked off. Wow, still no skeletons. And another ghoul this time. Pair of ghouls. Oh, Agentis got a level. Yay. Let's take a look. Level up. No proficiency slots. Lay on hands. Okay. Nothing spectacular there. Do we have anything worth selling? Just a few gems. Did we give you the identify scroll? Let's put that back in the backpack. Right, magic. Yeah, hey, we're done. Finally, you can start identifying stuff for me. Might just quickly go back in and see. See if we can get rid of one of those at least and put a grease in. We'll have a look and see if there's a web or something like that that we can use to slow people down a little bit. I have nothing more to say. Leave me. What do you have? Grease, armor, color spray, blindness, friend, protection, petrification. Sleep's not worth it. Chill touch. It was so annoying in so many stories that you read. Sleep sounds like a great spell. Like in the Dragonlance novels, Rastalin was always using, or not always, but several times he uses a sleep spell to knock out a group of monsters. But you forget that the monsters that they're using sleep against are always something incredibly low, like little goblins or something. When you try and do it against real opponents, if you're beyond, if you're coming across something which has got more than a couple of hit die, you can forget about it. It doesn't work. 5 hit die or more are unaffected. Well, okay. It just seems to not really affect as much as you would really like it to, so I don't ever bother with it. Spook, resist fear, detect flame arrow, hold person, empiric touch. No, doesn't have web, doesn't have stinking cloud or anything like that. Does he have more spells down further? No. And none of that stuff I can afford anyway. Right, so let's come around here. Yeah, sleep is kobold removal. Yeah, I have had so little luck with anything beyond kobolds or varts or goblins or just tiny little things that I just never use it. Even hold person is so hit and miss against, like I try and use it against things like ogres or that, and it's just so hit and miss. It's almost not worth having it. So I've got Branwen has got 1 or 2 of those learned, but it just seems so often to miss and not do anything. I thought they were the goblin. I thought these were the gnolls that had the guy's short sword. Did I not pick it up? Was there a short sword back over here? I have a feeling there was. Yep. That is Purdue's short sword. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, ogres are really quite hefty in 2nd edition. But, you know, keep them away from you and pepper them full of arrows and they're not too bad. But let them get in close and yeah, they're gonna hurt. They're gonna hurt a lot. Actually, just thinking about the differences of monsters in various games, having just recently played Neverwinter Nights and then moving on to playing Neverwinter Nights 2, there was 2 things that stood out. First of all, there were trolls in Neverwinter Nights 1 that looked really freaky. They were really whip thin. They had long pointy noses, which I guess sometimes they are described that way. There's so many different descriptions of trolls. But the one thing about them in Neverwinter Nights 1 was that, yeah, they didn't seem to have any of the vulnerability to fire or acid, and they certainly didn't have the regeneration. Whereas in Neverwinter Nights 2, if you come across a troll, you don't actually kill it at 0 hit points, it just gets knocked down, and if you don't finish it off with fire at that point, it'll get back up in a round or 2 and you have to keep fighting it. And it doesn't take much more to knock it down again, but you won't actually be able to kill it until you hit it with some sort of fire or acid. So that was the first thing that stood out for me. I don't remember if there is trolls in... Now how does that work? We just walked past there and didn't see a single skeleton, and now there's a skeleton and I bet there's more than one. Oh, I don't remember the trolls in Neverwinter Nights having any sort of regen or being able to be killed by excessive trauma or anything like that. I do remember seeing them a couple of times, but I remember I never had any problems taking them down. They were not a hard kill at all, whereas in Neverwinter Nights 2, they're very hard to kill if you don't have fire, but, you know, the playthrough I was doing most recently, I was using a warlock, and yeah, I was using... By the time I get to that, I've got Brimstone Blast, which is basically a fire blast. So most of the damage that my warlock was doing was fire-based damage, which doesn't regen and which will kill it. So it was incredibly easy to take out the troll in that case. But the other one that is really strange about Neverwinter Nights 2 is, in the original campaign, there is a section where you have to go and you go up against 2 different orc clans, and these orcs look really simian. They look like big monkey men, and they sort of have that, you know, pantomimed gorilla sort of loping, hunched run about them and all that sort of stuff, and it looks, they look like they're basically big apes. But the bizarre thing is that you can play either a half orc or a grey orc in that game, and at no point do you look anything like that when you play a half orc or a grey orc. And it's like, so what is so different about these orcs that they look that different from what my half-orc or grey-orc character that I'm playing is? And they look very different from the orcs that were in Neverwinter Nights 1 as well. So yeah, it's a really bizarre sort of thing, why they made that choice to create those, to basically build the models of those characters to make them look that different. Some weird decisions. Okie dokie. So, let's just pick up these. And there we go. How are we doing for the map? We've done everything here, we just got this little area up here to do, so we'll quickly do that, and then we'll get out of here. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Cowan told you about the... Yeah, I know they have to make compromises about, you know, you've got to have a character that works in with all the other character models in the game. And that's, yeah, that's definitely understandable. I'm more getting at the fact that the choice to make the orcs look so different from... They could have made them look like the Grey Orcs or the Half Orcs that you can play as a player character. They didn't have to make them look simian. It was more that side of things, not the opposite side where, you know... Because they also... The orcs in Neverwinter Nights 1 looked more like the orcs that you can play as characters in Neverwinter Nights 2. It was more of a consistency thing than anything, why they had to make them different. Oh, and my inventory's full. Okay. And a couple more to go. Yeah, you're right. Orcs are one of those creatures, even, you know, things like goblins and all that sort of stuff, they changed so much over the years, over the various versions of D&D rule sets. Yeah. Why am I trying to give that to myself? That doesn't make sense. So yeah, I understand that, you know, things change a lot because, and, you know, Neverwinter Nights 1 was the 3.0 rules, Neverwinter Nights 2 was the 3.5. And so maybe they're trying to be more faithful to the 3.5 rule set. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, how are we doing? Almost finished clearing out this map. Not going to... don't think I'm going to bother healing up here. Just going to head back to Baragost and rest in the inn. Having been a developer, admittedly a web developer for 20 years, it actually astounds me. I was mentioning this in a stream the other night. Some of the decisions that are made in games just look weird, and here's the main one. Why are those arrows in a bundle of 80? And why in the original game were they in just bundles of 20? It doesn't make sense to me why you would go to just 80. Why you wouldn't go to 100, to like 99 if you didn't want to go all the way to 100, or 100, or from a developer's point of view, the number that would make sense, but wouldn't make sense to anyone else, would be 255 because that's a binary number. So you could store that in a good data structure in the game if you had up to 255 things. It's like when, if anyone's played the original Elite game from the 1980s, you can still buy it. You can still get it. It's around. People have made new ports of it, but it's the space trading game called Elite, and it's what Elite Dangerous that is now out, you know, was loosely based on. You had Elite, and then a few years later you had Elite Frontier, which I bought and played and loved, and then they did Frontier 2, and then now years later they've got the Elite Dangerous system as a MMO. But what was really interesting about the original Elite system was there was 8 different galaxies that you could go to. 8's a binary number. Look at that. I'm caught on a person. What the hell is going on? Why am I caught on a person there? So yes, in the original Elite game, there were 8 different galaxies that you could fly to, and there was 255 stars in each galaxy. And even if you went into that star system, I don't believe they had planets, but if they did, there probably wouldn't have been more than 8 planets in the system or something like that, because they were putting so much data into the smallest data sets they could, and from a computer point of view, 8s or multiples of 8 are what works really well with binary. So 256 technically it is, but you go to 0 to 255, gives you your 256 numbers. Yeah, that's just things that happen a lot. But to see in this game that they only allowed you to put arrows, originally arrows came only in bundles of 20, and now the maximum bundle is 80, makes absolutely no sense at all from a computer game design point of view. There's absolutely no reason to just go to 80. I cannot think off the top of my head of any reason why, from a programming point of view, you couldn't go to 99 as, you know, a bundle of 99 arrows, or a bundle of 100 arrows there even. Yeah, so in the original game it was 10 for arrows, bolts and stones, you're right, and then 20 for throwables. That's right. Yeah, I can understand the... I'm gonna... Sorry, that blocked your last message there. I think probably because you had D&D and it was probably thinking about S and D&M or something. Yes, it's probably meant for a degree of realism, but here's the realism there. Weight is 0. I talked about this in another one as well. 80 arrows cost nothing. I am an archer. I have several bows, and I can tell you 80 arrows, even of the most modern carbon fiber arrows, 80 arrows is not cheap. It's not light. It weighs, and I know they have to do a lot of this stuff to make the game more realistic. You know, who can carry around 2,000 gold coins? You know, that's not going to be easy to carry either. And we're only starting. You know, in my Neverwinter Nights playthrough, I'd often be there with a couple of 100,000 gold coins. It's like, but it weighs nothing. It doesn't weigh anything. And then, of course, if you want to go to the ultimate realism, all of my characters here are human or elven. But if I had a halfling in here, that halfling, assuming they were of the right class, could wear this set of Ankeg armor. But in reality, they probably couldn't, because it would be way too big for them. So I know they have to bend some rules for playability, and you know, I've been a fan of fantasy all my life, and I'm willing to accept that, you know, certain things are different in the fantasy world. They have to be, because you want things to be enjoyable. You don't want... Well, you know, there was in The Hobbit, for example, there was the point where Bilbo Baggins finds Sting, the short sword, which was actually... and the chainmail armor that he had, the mithril chainmail, and they were both weapons for a young halfling, weapons and armor for a young halfling prince, not halfling, elven prince, I believe. So they've said, well, you know, a young elven prince would be about the same size as a halfling, therefore the armor made for him would fit a halfling. But in reality, you know, yeah, armor for a human is not going to fit a halfling, and not many games actually restrict you on that. The one that is interesting that does do a little bit like that is is actually Neverwinter Nights, in which Neverwinter Nights 1 and 2, in which they limit halflings and gnomes to only be able to use certain types of weapons because they're so small, so they can't use the same weapons. And some of the weapons that are considered one-handed for a larger person are considered two-handed for them, and that makes a lot of sense. They don't do that here in Baldur's Gate. I believe you can be a halfling wielding a two-handed greatsword, and it doesn't have a problem with that. So unless you're going to your blacksmith and saying, can you cut this down to be halfling sized for me, and then it does less damage, yeah, there is a little bit of an inconsistency there where it doesn't make sense. But, you know, as I said, I don't worry about that sort of stuff too often, because you've got to be willing to do with that little bit of suspension of disbelief when you're playing games like this. Okay, we have completed all of this, and we've gone all the way down here, and we've done all of these. I think I might do this one area here first before going to the mines, only for completeness, because if I don't do it now, I'm probably never going to do it. And then once we do the mines, we're going to do these areas over here, I guess, and these are on our way up here to do all of these areas that we have to get the bandits. I could do these areas first before doing the mines, but I want to get into the mines in a little while. Yeah, so you're right, you know, halflings can swing greatswords and longbows. Yeah, in AD&D 2 they certainly can. In D&D 3 and 3.5 they couldn't, or at least in the Neverwinter Nights games they couldn't. I don't know what it's like in the new rule set. I haven't actually bought the D&D 5th edition, but yeah, some of those things, the realism there, it's like, you know, as I was sort of alluding to but didn't actually say fully, if you come across a set of armor, you know, maybe the DM or the game should be looking at what size armor it is. It might be the greatest armor in the world and enchanted, but it's only halfling sized and nobody else in the party is a halfling, so what can you do with it, you know, apart from, you know, maybe wrap it around your arm as armor, as some sort of vambrace or something, you know. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. So we're going to head down to Nashkel, and it's going to want us probably to rest up because it's been 16 hours. My guys are probably going to complain like, oh, damn it, that was silly of me. Let's go back. This is really a waste of time here, but I forgot to give Padu his short sword back. Now, I've got to remember where he is. Come on, back up to here. Pretty sure he's up over here or here. He's over here because we did the one with the boots in there. We've already given him the one back.
I'm tired.
Yeah, the fact that halflings can't use longbows actually has stopped me from playing halfling rangers, because, you know, I do like to is that Purdue? It certainly is. I do like to play rangers, and, you know, the idea of playing a halfling ranger sounds interesting until you realise you're limited to a short bow, which only does 1d6 damage, as opposed to the... or you could pick crossbow, which does 1d8, but then you can't fire as rapidly as a short bow, without getting, at least in the Neverwinter Nights series, without getting an extra feat that allows you to do that, which, you know, you might not want to waste a feat if you want to think of it as being wasteful, just to get that ability to shoot faster. So yeah, it's a bit of a pain. Of course, the ultimate penalty for halflings is you never want to do a halfling or gnome monk in Neverwinter Nights 1 or 2, because their fists are smaller, and so they generally do less damage. I think they start off doing just 1d4 with their fists, whereas every other character does 1d8. Or 1d6, sorry. And and as the other characters go up over time, so do the halflings and gnomes, but they never catch up, you know, as to be expected. But yeah, it's just, I've tried it. I did actually try, and I got a little way through playing one of the adventures as a halfling monk, but yeah, it just wasn't doing as much damage as I would have liked. So let's rest. And head over to this other area. Just a quick review of our levels. We're going to be level 4 soon here, and level 4 soon here. Quite a way to level 5. Quite a way to level 5. Quite a little, no, not too long to level 5. And level 4 is a way off. So yeah, we'll do one more area over here and get that out of the way. It's last of the southern sort of areas, and then we'll go to the mines.
You have been waylaid by enemies.
An Agrillion. It's another one I mentioned the other night. Agrillion. I don't recall ever seeing an Agrillion anywhere else in any other gaming context. I don't even recall seeing them in monster manuals when I was, you know, heavily into D&D. But in Baldur's Gate, they're everywhere. Okay, and we're done. Yeah, halflings do make pretty decent fighters. Yeah, in Baldur's Gate, halflings do well. Even in Neverwinter Nights, you can do reasonably well with halflings because they get some good advantages. Their size means that they get advantages against larger opponents. I don't have a problem with that, and it works reasonably well. I just generally don't play vanilla fighters per se. It's just, I don't know. It would be different if the party sizes in Neverwinter Nights were larger. They are in Neverwinter Nights 2, but in Neverwinter Nights 1, it's just you and an opponent, and a single NPC most of the time. And you just, yeah, so limited.
I'm tired.
You're tired? It took a day and 10 hours to get there. Right.
Must rest. A red bad case of armor chafe.
Yeah, armor chafe, Minsky, that's funny. Okay, we will rest then, just to keep these guys happy. Oh, Agrillions were a 1981 Fiend Folio edition. Very, very weird. Yeah. They just seem like, I don't know, half ogres maybe, to me. And they're not all that hard. Every one of them I've come up with so far, they never present much of a problem to me. I just fill them full of arrows from a distance. Oh, hello, Mr. Cave Bear. Come on. Yes. That was getting close. Cloud Peak Mountains. Well, there you go. We are in the Cloud Peak Mountains.
Thy decency is refreshing. So many we meet are lacking.
Dreadwolf. Okay. Not too hard. It's probably going to be another one. Yep. Why are you in front, Branwen? Like, seriously. You're not supposed to be. There we go. So far no stream problems this afternoon or today at all, which is good. We've had streams dropping out a couple of times of a night the last few days. So far we've been doing good today. I'm in Australia, so it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon here, so it's not such a problem at the moment, but I'm sure that in probably about 5 or 6 hours, if I'm still streaming, we may start to have some problems. This is the spot. I remembered this spot from previously. I thought I was in this spot when I was, well, somewhere else, of course, that makes sense. But this waterfall is pretty iconic. There is the little girl with her dead cat. What are you? Oh, Smurfs again. Okay, all done. Get the dead cat out of the waterfall in a minute. Got a feeling there's something. Sort of remember a spot like this one time when trying to get through and there was a monster that was clobbering me. So there we go. Winter wolf, I was probably right. I tried to come through here one other time and had to be careful of the winter wolf. But we got him pretty good. Is there any more? Nope, just the one. We're so close here, we might as well just come back and get this cat out of the waterfall. Take it up to the little girl. Yeah. No, and all these memories coming back, and I'm starting to think, oh, is this the one where the... No, it's not the little girl that turns into a demon, it's the little boy who wants his puppy called Rufus, I think it is. Who ends up... Rufus is a hellhound, and he's a demon. And after you rescue Rufus, he flies off, back to hell. Pixie, my cat, she was playing close to and slipped. Sniff, I hope she's alright. Sorry, little girl. It's alright, she's done this before. I guess Daddy will just have to raise her again. Here, you can have this scroll Daddy gave me. I can't read the words yet anyway. You really gotta wonder what...
Promise exceptional.
Like... I don't know.
Good on you if you saved the day.
Thoughts of... Pet Cemetery popped through my head. The movie, whatever it was. Dead Pet Cemetery, or I can't remember the name of it. But... You gotta wonder... I suppose magic is... There's not really a cost to magic per se, but you do sort of wonder at times who can afford to resurrect a pet like this. Oh, we can't go down that way. That's annoying. Sort of looks like you can. Looks like you can just walk off. Yes, I probably could have. The nymph is just over here, so I probably could have gone over with the cat to the nymph and got it resurrected. I didn't realize you could do that. I've always done those two parts separately. I don't think I've ever had the dead cat with me when I've gone to the nymph. Almost feels like it'd be worthwhile to load my save, because I think I did save just before that. and actually just see if that is the case, because that is an interesting choice. Yeah, you know what, I'm going to do that. Where was my load? That was my last quick save. So we're right here now. That's right next to the thing. Did we just kill those? No, we didn't kill the white wolf, the winter wolf, whatever it is. That's just there. So let's take that out. Right, and now we will come down this way and pick up the cat, and we'll go around the other side and rescue the nymph and see if she resurrects the cat. Thank you for that advice. I didn't realise that was there. I probably had seen it in a playthrough listing somewhere that mentioned it, but I tend not to follow those playthroughs a lot. There's the little girl, and then if we come around this side, there'll be a nymph being attacked by a couple of guys. Not here. Is that a cave there? No. Ooh, dire wolf. I thought that was a vampire wolf again. There we go. Ah, that's a cave there. Let's do that. Tally-ho. Oh, another one. Let me guess. Blitz critted? No, Imoen critted. Alright, way to go, Imoen. How much damage did you do? Doesn't say. That's odd. It should have said how much damage Imoen did. Oh, yeah, 12 missile damage from Imoen. 10 from me. Yeah, okay, cool. Is that the only one in here? Looks like it. Nothing else in here. You can... And that halberd, which... What? Why did you not pick that up? Thank you. Which I never use. Identify, no. Whoops. Oh, it's a reaction thing. So you never had more than 13. You're talking about the reputation, are you? Well, my reputation is currently 15. So yeah, let's see how we go. It's just it's up here somewhere. Yeah, here we go.
Please, kind spirits. A wondrous ancient oak is in peril.
Dryad of the Cloud Peaks, please kind spirits, a wondrous ancient oak is in peril. It is about to be attacked by two who would defile the majesty of nature. They have avoided my charms and must be stopped before irreparable harm is done. Would you heed my plead? Yeah, okay. Only the basest villains would take advantage of a gentle forest spirit. Lead on and I will deal with them. Man, how different the dryads and nymphs and stuff are in Neverwinter Nights. Thank you for, although they seem dim of wit, they still could do much damage. This way. They just ahead, I implore you, do what you must to make them leave. Okay. Hello? No, you're the dumb one. Gotta talk to you.
I'm Caldo. This is my brother Crumb.
Caldo and Crumb. Oh, a charisma thing. Yeah, charisma is a dump stat for me too, which is unfortunately my charisma is 19. I had a very, very lucky roll. Well, it was 18, but then I had that tome of leadership that bumped it up to 19. So maybe I'll have a better chance of getting her to heal this cat. We'll see what happens. We think this here is a magic tree because it's all alone up here and so big. Probably got gnomes or pixies or something in it. So we're going to bust it down and take any treasure. Ain't that right, Crumb? You want to help? It's a big tree. Probably got enough gold for all of us. I'll not let you harm a branch of this tree. You'll have to go through me first. Mr. Noble. First of all, we'd probably go through you sometime. First or last, we'd probably go through you sometime. Get them, Crumb. Okay. And so, let's try that. And you can just do that. That's one down. Woohoo, some loot. Instead, you do that there. And you can do that there. And you can attack there. You can attack there. And there. And there. Go. Did that even work? Save versus spell 18. No, it didn't work. He didn't get time to run though, that's for sure. Okay. Can you identify these for us? You probably can't because you haven't been able to identify anything yet. Don't want to call you useless or anything, but you know, even Emmerwin identified a couple of things at the start of the game. So far, not a single thing identified that wasn't. What a nuisance. Okay.
Thy decency is refreshing. So many we meet are lacking.
I thank you for your compliment.
Okay. Thanks, but here's a potion that might help you on your journey. Okay, obviously.
The path of hell.
What's the potion? Antidote. Okay. Obviously, I'm not influential enough to get her to raise the cat, or I didn't do it the right way. I might have had to ask for a different option at the start. Anyway, we'll go and come around the top here and give the cat back to the little girl.
This group shows promise exceptional.
Do. And yeah, do have a bit to uncover here. I was just going to send one person along. I probably still will, actually. He can go by himself around here. There's nothing dangerous. It's just one little girl and a dead cat.
Camaraderie, adventure, and steel on steel. The stuff of legend, right, Boo?
I love that. Everyone's favourite NPC. Well, I don't know. Maybe there are some people that don't like him, but I think Minsk is cool. There's nothing wrong with him.
I am proud to stand among such strong warriors.
Okay. Only
We follow the righteous path.
whether the cat lives or dies hinges directly on the charisma of the leader. Okay. Well, my charisma is 19, so I guess maybe I should have. One of the options when talking to the Dryad was to ask what's in it for me, and maybe if I did that, she would have said, I will heal that dead cat. But she definitely didn't offer to do it out of the goodness of her heart when I didn't ask for anything. I don't know, actually I must rethink that. I used to not. I'm so used to not doing things like that, not asking for what's in it for me, because you get penalised for doing that in Neverwinter Nights. That pushes your alignment generally towards evil And so I tend not to, anytime, anytime there's a choice of text in the Neverwinter Nights ones, I don't, and there's an option that says, well, you know, how much are you going to give me to do this? I do not go down that route and ask them what they're going to give me, because it always makes you more evil, or less, or more chaotic. And while I am playing a couple of chaotic characters, in particular my warlock is chaotic, generally I'm chaotic good though, and I don't mind being more chaotic, but I don't want to be more evil, because that has repercussions in some cases. So maybe I should have asked what was in it for me, and she would have healed the cat. But that's alright, I'm not going to go and do that whole section again just to find out if that's correct. Because unless it gives you like 1,000,000 XP, it's not really worth it to redo a playthrough just to work out if you can save a cat. Where is it? What? More varts. Again, we just walked past there. Where the hell did these varts come from? And I was going to say it's one vart. Better be more than two. Like, seriously? But yes, we just walked past there. Unless they were tailing us, and because we did a loop and came back around. Because, yeah. Very weird. Okay. Whoa! Ah, okay. Let's stop. You have trespassed on our territory. You shall not be allowed to leave until you've paid tribute. We demand 50 gold in tribute. Why shouldn't we just kill the whole lot of you, you hairy piles of hyena dung? You will die for that. Who switched the sword? Someone's swinging a sword. Ajantis has switched a sword already. You can too. But I'm not going to, because I'm still better with a bow. There we go. Back to bow. Back to bow. Pick up all of the goodies. Ooh, seek and you shall receive, or whatever the saying is. Just said before I wanted a web spell, and there it is. I got it. Okay. Why are we using those? Use that pile. Cancel. Good. You haven't identified that, and you haven't identified that, and you haven't identified that, and you haven't identified that. Useless. Okay. What we're probably going to do, once we finish just exploring this last little bit, uncovering the last of the Fog of War, is we'll go over to the edge and we're going to rest up. But cave bear, but I'm going to get Dinah Hare to learn some identify spells so we can work out what all these items are without having to pay for it. Okay, so we are all good. Let's head over here and let's do that. So, spell book. Hang on. How much stuff do we need to identify? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 items. Let's put these in your inventory, which will probably... No? How did that not completely overburden you? Wow. £70. Okay. That. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we've got web here now. I've hardly used any of those spells. So we're going to try that. You have 1 extra heal. Get a silence. That's good against mages, and we do occasionally come across them. As long as we're not in the middle of it, we'll be fine. Okay. Let's rest up. Good. And let's identify. Oh, that's a worse pun than my Blitz du Hurten, the Chesley Crusher. First wielded by the much maligned Ensign Chesley of the first exploratory fleet of Waterdeep. This famous halberd has been passed around for generations, but only to those strong enough to carry its considerable weight. Yeah, sets attacks per round to 1, so it's so heavy you can only hit with it once per round. There's no way, and weight is 30. There's no way anyone would want to use that. Identify. Halberd +1. Yeah, fine, but never going to use it. Club +1. That's all. Why, with a law of 19, you can't identify a simple +1 club? Mind-blowing. Protection from undead. Again, surely you should be able to recognize that. Destroyer of the Hills. Armor class +4 versus crushing attacks. Might give it to you for now. I mean... Or I could give it to me. Yeah, well, give it to me. You're not going to get in combat enough to need it. Hopefully. Famous last words, I guess. Okay, these two go up here. We're never going to use them. That can go there, and we're going to sell it. We're going to sell that too. What else? I need to reset your spells. Grease. Missile, 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 missile. Okay, let's... Quick save. Rest up. And we're all good. One more quick save, and let's head back to Nashkel. We'll do there next, and then we'll do the mines. Actually, let's just double check. I don't recall. Is there... No, there isn't. You can't go south from here. Okay, good. And I don't think you can go west, because it's all bordered by... mountains, yep. Okay. Back to Nashkel, 20 hours travel. We'll want to sleep when we get back there. Ooh, that's a good place to come back. I don't mind that.
Thy decency is refreshing. So many we meet are...
So, yes, I don't know where he is now, but...
Thank you for your company.
I have done the whole Nuba thing. If you keep talking to him, you get a bunch of gold and experience. Maybe not gold, but you get a bunch of experience, like 300 experience points or something, for putting up with him. So I've done that. It's not going to be possible to do it again. I think we're doing alright for healing potions, aren't we? Yeah, everyone's got 4 or 5 of those. Probably should make sure everyone's got 5, 5, 5, 4, 5. Get one more out of there. And give it to you. Okay, we've got 5, at least 5 in everything. And in we go. Oh, that's right. Winter wolf pelts. Okay. Sell that. Bit of extra coin never goes astray. And anything in there? No, I'd forgotten to put all that stuff away. And protection from undead, and we didn't have anything in here that we wanted to sell. And there's going to be nothing here except ammunition that we want to buy. Right, let's just have a quick look at how much ammo we need. Okay, we need a stack and a half there. And we need a stack and a half there. Make that 2.5 stacks. Okay. Okay, looking good. Won't bother sleeping here at this point. Let's go and do that one other. Let's do this one down here, and then we'll head into Nashkel. Ghoul. I rest now. It's still going to be daylight when I'm done. Maybe not. This is not going to be fun. First things first. Turn undead, please. And that didn't do anything. Stopped turning undead. I want you to stop everything. Customize script. Character will turn undead when idle. Passive. Range attack controlled. That's what we want. At least for now. Everybody stop. Everyone but you attack. You turn undead. There we go. Now we can all attack.
I'm tired.
You think you're tired?
Must rest. A bad case of armor, Chief.
Problem is I don't want to chase these guys all over the place because I'm liable to run into more monsters. They are coming back, and hopefully they're going to come back in dribs and drabs. Enough so that we can take them out reasonably effectively. How about you heal him? I really should make heal one of those quick spells. There we go. Okie dokie. Ooh. Where's he going? How are we doing? Is that all of them? Let's hope so. Let's come back up here. And we'll save, and we'll rest again. Quick save, rest. Very good. And yes, there is still enough light to adventure. That's the one thing that's a little bit strange. The hours of day and night, like, I will probably be able to wander around this entire map, and I will be able to clean out this entire area without it turning night. And yet you look at the time that it's currently, you know, it's hour 14, it's well past midday, and yet I can wander over this entire area and it will barely take, you know, so that was hour 14, wasn't it? Let's see what hour it is when I'm done, if I remember. Dun, 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 dun. Come on, hurry up and catch up. There we go. That's a blind little canyon there. Winter Wolf. Let's magic missile him. There we go. Because we don't want to give him the chance to shoot a ball of frost at us, or whatever it is he does. Want to kill him nice and quick. Which we did, so that's good. Is there any way to get to there from there? Go over this way. Come down this way. Then we come over here? No. Okay. Can go around there though. Where are we? Almost all the way down here. More of these dang skeletons. Dart throwers this time. Okay. Go back over this way. I think I can cross over here, can't I? Let's clear out the rest of this area over here before we forget. Oh, what was that? What's attacking us? Kobold. Whoops. One hit! One hit. No, she had a little bit of damage already. Ah, damn it all.
No! You will be avenged!
Right. Really starting to get annoyed with this diner here. It's taken a lot of gold to heal you, because you keep dying. Well, I know. I'm probably not paying enough attention. Oh, there's... I never really... Daryl, and Daryl, or whatever it is. Daryl, Larry, Daryl. I never really got this joke. Maybe it's because I'm not American, maybe it's because I haven't watched the television shows they're talking about. I'm not even going to bother. Oh, I can't remember. Do you get experience for talking to them? Hi. Hi, I'm Larry. This is my brother Daryl and my other brother Daryl. We're pleased to meet you. Why would an ex-fighter kobold and a tassel be wandering around calling themselves Larry, Daryl, and Daryl? Hey, can I get your autographs? Hey, Daryl, come click these ones to electronic autographs for them. Scribble, scribble, scribble. Inventory full, so I had to drop that item on the ground because I got an autograph from Daryl, Daryl, and Daryl. Okay, so that was a bit silly, but I guess it was supposed to be. Yeah, I know. I'm trying not to reload too often in this game. You know, except if my character dies, and that shouldn't really happen very often. It's just sloppy. I haven't been paying attention as much as I should. There's no reason for me to let her die. Not on the easy level either. But I figure, you know, I got some coin here, so I can afford to resurrect. But I can't afford to pick up any of this stuff. Okay, let's give all of this to Branwen again, and that, and that, and that. Oops. And that, and that, and that, and that, and that. So now I can pick up the arrows, which I can use, and the bows, which I can sell. Yeah, I don't even know if the show Newhart ever was really on in Australia. And I suspect it was a show from the 80s. I'm showing my age here, but, you know, I was at most a teenager at the end of the 80s. Just don't know that I actually ever saw that show. I know who Bob Newhart is. 82 to 90, yeah. So in 82 I was 10 years old, and I was 18 in 1990. If it was here in Australia, it was probably on pretty late at night. I'm saying that only because I don't recall having seen it, or even I had, I think, heard of it, but only in passing reference. Maybe because of even this game. I don't know. I certainly knew who Bob Newhart was. I had seen him in a couple of other things, so I know when I looked up this reference as to what this was talking about, that I went, oh yes, Bob Newhart, I know who that is, but I don't think I ever watched the show. Not to be confused with Bob Newhart. It was kind of... Oh, okay, so maybe Newhart and... So Bob Newhart wasn't in Newhart? Okay. Oh no, 7278 he was, probably. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I don't think it was a thing here in Australia. Probably if I looked it up in Wikipedia or IMDb, it'd tell me whether the show was ever really in syndication in Australia. Apparently not, yeah.
You must gather your party
That explains it.
venturing forth.
So, yeah. I can't remember what I've seen Bob Newhart in. But, yeah. Okay. Resurrect yet again. And we didn't have anything to identify. Come on, Emma, you know you want to. You're not going to heal her? Normally you want to run up and heal her the minute I've resurrected her. Maybe you're getting sick of her dying as much as I am. And let's just heal you as well. the whole group. That's better. Might as well sell up what we've got while we're here before we head back. Got another sheet, another wolf's pelt. 500 bucks. That's always helpful. Well, pays for raising dino hair, doesn't it? Composite longbow. You're kidding, I can't sell these darts to him? I better be able to sell them to someone, because otherwise they're a waste. Morning stars. And all of that. There was something in here. Open container. Sell those. Let's give her all of her stuff back. I gotta remember to get her to cast her armor spell at the start of a map, rather than just walking around as a big old target. And that, and that. Put that up there. And let's just check on your spells. They're all still good. You're gonna do that, and you're gonna do that. Okay. And let's rest. And we're done. Let's head out. And let's head back here. Okay. Really didn't do all that much last time, did we? Let's rest up again, so it's daytime. Beautiful. Nothing bad happened. Let's come back and do this again. Can we get through there? Yeah, we can. What do you know? We're in the Cloud Peak Mountains again. Where it said we were before. Okay. Oh, is this the one that... No, this isn't the one where the guy thinks he's the fastest knife thrower in the West or some ridiculous thing that's elsewhere. Travels from the north. Halt. You trespass deep in Armenian territory. Perhaps you have come to spy upon our supposed troop build-up. It's quite funny the stupid notion you northern barbarians can get stuck in your heads. Who are you and what do you want? I am Sendai of the noble merchant house of Argrim's foremost family in arm. Delgod, Alexander, and I have come out here to hunt game, though perhaps you would like to make for better sport. I assume you would have no problem with this. What kind of monster would hunt his fellow humans, a wild animal? Of course I was not serious. What I said I did in jest. You with your barbarian mentality would of course misconstrue my meaning. Sure, lady, we'll be going now. Goodbye, peasants. I wish you luck on your journey. You'll probably need it. Yeah, I probably could have killed them, but hey. It's a little surprising, though, that you don't get XP for handling that without killing them. Like they were being rude and arrogant and all the rest, but that's no reason to kill somebody. And yet the conversation could have been very easily steered into, draw steel, I'm going to kill you now, and then I get a bunch of XP for killing them. So surely I should have gotten some XP for dealing with that in a peaceful manner, particularly because I am a good character. It is in line with my alignment. The game rewards murder. Yeah, that is the case. I don't know. I mean, sometimes I can't remember here in Baldur's Gate, but because I said the game I've been playing the most for the last several months is Neverwinter Nights 1 and 2, and in there they do actually have situations where they do reward you for doing things, for being good and for doing things the right way. You do often get experience for doing or saying the right thing. So, yeah.
This group shows promise. Exceptional.
Just get a few coins for those. Where to go? Oh, all the way over there. You're out in the middle of nowhere there, Emmowen. That's not good. Is there any more? No. Okay, let's just go straight down here. All of this side to do. Is there anything west? No, there isn't. Good. Just a quick save. Oh, I was just going to check and see who gets a level next. I think it's me. 27 XP for a level. Me and then good old Minsk. Maybe I should have murdered them. I would have got the XP to gain a level. Maybe I can still go and catch them. They haven't run too far away. They are Armian after all, so, you know. You know what they say about Armians. I wonder if that's a joke. You know, you come across an Armian and they say, I'm going to kill you, and you say, yeah, you and what Armian?
Hello there.
Hey there, pal. Seems like your little party's wandered off the beaten path. Well, that's too bad for you, because you've had the misfortune of meeting... this is the guy. Meeting the fastest drawer in the West. See that man over yonder? His name's Zal, and he's the fastest dart thrower that's ever walked the Sword Coast. Now, if I were you, I wouldn't want to test the patience of such a man. So why don't you do the wise thing and hand over all your money? Otherwise, we're going to be in a you're going to be in a heap of trouble. Treep of Hubble. Are you some sort of moron? The fastest dwarf... dwarf thrower, no, dart thrower in the west. That's the silliest thing I've ever heard of. Bring it on, Vax. Tells Zal to show us his stuff. I don't want any trouble. I've no desire to fight a pair of idiots. Nor am I going to give you our money. Get lost. Very confrontational, both 1 and 3, but I think I'm going to be 3. I'm going to be a little bit saucy here. No desire to fight a pair of idiots, nor am I going to give you any of our money. Get lost. Hear that, Zal? That seems they don't take you seriously. Guess it's time to show them what for, huh? Sorry, guys. You're in for a world of hurt. Really. Okay, so which one's Zal? Zal and Vax. And I am going to shoot Zal, actually. And you're going to shoot Zal, and you're going to attack Vax with a sword, and you are going to cast Whole Person on this supposed fastest dart thrower in the west. You are going to use this Wand of Magic Missiles, which you've never used before, and you are going to get the hell out of dodge, which is an apt metaphor, and get up there and get ready to start casting magic missiles at that idiot. Zal's dead already. So, what were you saying, Vax, about the fastest dart thrower in the west? I don't think he even hit any of us. And now you're dead too.
Good on you if you saved the day.
And I got my level! Yay! Talk about rewarding murder. So, I have been trying to remember to save at least when I get a level. So let's do that. And let's pause, level up, and I don't get any skill proficiencies, no skills. Oh, how boring. Level 4. Right. Nowhere near as complicated as Neverwinter Nights when you want to go up a level. I don't think I really want that spear. You can carry those armor. I bet you're not going to be able to. I don't want that. I'll take those. Let's refill me arrows. Just get that out of the way. And there we go. Okay. You can take those. What are these? Morning stars. That's the other big inconsistency in fantasy, is what a morning star is. Sometimes they call a morning star a flail. Sometimes it's a spiked mace. Just depends on the game. Well, I believe the reality is it wasn't a very popular weapon in any case. Oh, and now we've got some Vart to take on as well, just to make things even more interesting. Not that that's a problem, because they don't stand a chance. Rightio. Almost finished this area too. That's good. Is there any more of these Varts? Nope. All the Smurfs are gone. Let's go over here. Distinct lack of caves around here. Sort of feel like there should be a cave around these little hills, mountains, whatever you want to call them. wolf. Ooh, it was just about to spit at us, or whatever it is they do. I think pretty much every encounter I've had this playthrough with Winter Wolves, we've killed it just as it's reared back, ready to spit the snowball at you.
You funny looking.
And this is the... Here, little doggy. Oh, why won't you come home? Ever so sorry to bother, but would you help me? I've lost my little dog and can't find him. Certainly, little one. I'll be glad to aid you. He's just over here to the left. Admittedly, he's not a doggy. He's a hellhound, as I mentioned before. And where is he? Come on. Damn it. Skeletons. Ooh, ambush. Skeletons from 2 different directions. Okay. Every time I hear that sound now, I wonder who it is that just got hit. Was that it? Just the 2? Alright.
I am proud to stand among such strong warriors.
Not going to complain. Is Rufus down here somewhere? No, I thought he was just around here somewhere amongst the trees. Or something. Or over here, maybe. What's that? Another skeleton. There we go. Creep forward. There's Rufy. Hang on, we're not supposed to be attacking you. Didn't he give us a chew toy? Can we do anything with that? No. No. Let's see what happens. Why is he attacking me? Yeah, the flail, the chain mace, whatever you want to call the damn thing.
You are a strong warrior.
Yeah. Ah, there we go. Now he's not going to be a problem. Yeah, the flail, chain mace, whatever. Yeah, it's an agricultural implement. It's actually, in the Asian cultures, the nunchuck is the same device. It's a device designed to beat the husks off grains, whether it's rice or wheat. Doesn't really matter. It's that's what the original tool was, and it was repurposed as a military weapon in both cases by peasantry who didn't have much access to anything else except maybe an axe. Roofy, who's a fuzzy Roofy? Who's a fuzzy little guy? Thank you, just ever so much. I better take this little lost puppy home right away. Here, take this. It's another of his chew things, but you can get more where we're going. Thanks again. And then he turns into a demon, opens up a portal into hell, and off they go. And Mint's got a level for that. Wow. Okay. What did he give us? That black opal. Does it do anything special? No. Let's hope it is worth a little bit. Chuck that away. We still haven't identified that yet. But we have done everything in this area. However, I'm reluctant to rest up, because if I get any wandering monsters, it's just going to be a bunch of boring skeletons They're going to shoot me from a distance with arrows or throw darts at me. So we are going to head back to Nashkel. And I don't think it's going to let us rest here, but we'll check and see. We will throw an identifier in there, and yes, it'll let us rest. That's good. Okay, so let's have a look. The Dale Protector, +2 with missiles. Bracer of Archery. Well, look, there's only one person that's going to go on to, and that's me. I don't think I have any other braces on at the moment. And my hit armor class 0 is currently 7. 17 with all of these other modifiers. Now it's 5. Well, hey, that is awesome. And I know I probably should be giving it to some of the other guys. We've got to level up Minsk just to make them a little bit better, but no, hell, why would I do that? They don't need to be any better, because I need to be the standout of the group. See, look at that, my percentage has come way down. It's only 55% now, although that's one character that has over half the kills of the entire party, but still. You know, 15%, 14%, 3%, 8%, 2%, 55%. That's pretty good. Certainly couldn't say that if I was a melee character. It would be very, very rare to see that sort of level of whatever I'm thinking of. At least one pelt to sell here. It's another 500. What do I need? Sell that, and that. Yeah, I shouldn't have bothered with those morning stars. Only 2 gold each, but didn't have a lot to carry, so it wasn't too bad. 150 for that black opal. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Probably find out later that there was some special thing that I could use it for something else, and that autograph sells for 25. Sort of got a feeling there's someone else I can sell it to for a lot more, so I won't do that just yet. I may have to go and look that one up. I think there is someone somewhere who wants that autograph. 2 Blitz to Hurton and friends. With love, Larry, Daryl, and Daryl. Isn't that nice? Silly is what it is, but okay, we are going to go and rest at the inn, and then I think I might take a break for a little while. It's been nearly 2.5 hours I've been streaming for. I need to get up and stretch the old legs, I think. Can you give me today? Noble rent, and we're done. So let's save this as Nashkel. Where is it? There it is. And thank you for joining me in the stream this afternoon. I will be back, I don't know, maybe an hour or so, and we will head down to the mines and see what we can see. Lots of fun down there. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.